As long as yours. Good evening, everyone. A lot of folks have asked me when they have heard that I'm running for mayor of Jackson, John, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Why are you doing this? And the answer for me is very simple. I love the city of Jackson. I love the city. I love what this place is and what it can be. And I have a belief that we can take Jackson in a new direction. I have a belief that we can turn this place into a very strong destination. A strong destination that also has strong and safe neighborhoods. Now, when I first decided to run for the position of mayor, I had to do a lot of soul searching because I do well in the Senate. I've done I'm in my 17th year and I've had an opportunity to get a lot of things done. I can basically do the job with my eyes closed. I've been for 17 years. If I haven't figured it out by now, something's wrong. And it's very comfortable. And I'm trying to move out of that into an area that may be a lot less comfortable and a lot more demanding. But I believe that Jackson is worth it. And that I have a lot of the skills that are needed for the city right now. This would be a labor of love for me, for Jackson. Now, when you look at what the city has, you look at the natural resources that Jackson possesses, its location, the fact that we have that Pearl River that really, at some point, is going to be developed and needs to be developed for economic development purposes and recreational purposes. We also have the gift that I think a lot of communities would die for, and that's our history, our culture, and our arts. I understand how to utilize those resources, to turn them into things that add to the quality of life and that create jobs and provide economic development for our community. If you look at ask me about my vision and look at what I've done, you can kind of see what my vision has been for Jackson. I was the lead author, and with a lot of help, got the JSU Metro Parkway established and funded, which creates a better connector between Jackson State and the city of downtown Jackson. I also led the fight and was the lead author of the legislation that created the telecom center. With a lot of help, we got the telecom center approved, and now it is connected to a wonderful convention center that we helped to get passed. That's 340,000 square feet of space for conventions and conferences and seminars and whatnot. The Ferris Street Loan Program was another program of mine that we were able to get passed, and we're very close. We have a couple of the developers of the Ferris Street project, Deuce and David Watkins, there's David Watkins right up here, who are involved with the development of Ferris Street, King Edward, Standard Life, and all kinds of other projects in Jackson. And then one of the proudest things that I've done had nothing to do with the legislature, but the current mayor asked me to, when we had a company to file for bankruptcy and had a lot of grocery stores in town, and a lot of them shut down and people had to drive long distances to go buy groceries. No one thought that was right, and so he asked me to try to get some grocery stores reestablished. We got, as a result of that, Food Depot to go in and go outside Drive, and Greg McDade to open up a McDade's over in Westland Plaza. That did not fit Greg's business model. It was a bigger store that he really was used to going into. It was outside of the geographic region that he had identified, but he went over there with a lot of encouragement. And guess what? It's the most profitable store right now over in Westland Plaza. We have got to create, if we're going to build Jackson, we've got to get safe, stabilized neighborhoods. And that means that we've got to do some things in some of our neighborhoods that are going to require some intensive, loving care. And if you look at it, to me, the biggest issue in Jackson right now is creating a destination, the city as a destination, but also stabilizing our neighborhoods. In order to do that, it takes relationships. We're going to have to build upon relationships that the city can build upon. One of them is with the legislature. Well, I think I've got that relationship with the legislature. One of them is with state government. I worked in state government for 12 years before getting elected to the Senate. One is with the federal government. I was executive director of the Governor's Office of Federal and State Programs. And I understand how to go to Washington and get resources brought back here for the benefit of Mississippi. The other is with the business community. I don't think anyone in this race has a better working relationship with the business community than do I. And the other thing is understanding how you can use those relationships, use those partnerships and collaborations to get something done in the city of Jackson. And I think that I've demonstrated an ability to get things done and done in an expeditious manner. Whoever is the next mayor of Jackson, whoever is the next mayor, I think the people and citizens of the state have to ask the question, who can best fix the problems of Jackson? Who can best create jobs? Who can best impact the education system? Who can best put a plan together to deal with the long-term solutions and short-term solutions to crime? Who can fix these bad streets? And I think if you look at that objectively, the answer is going to come back, I think maybe it's John Horhn. You know, he's got the background, he's got the ability, he's got the relationships, and so forth. And I think my best strength is an ability to work well with people of all backgrounds, of all races, genders, socioeconomic backgrounds, as is evidenced by what we see in this room tonight. This, as I said, this is something that I see not as a political campaign, but as a community development effort. And yes, to the young lady in the back who said, well, we should do this not just when we're running for election. That's an excellent idea, and we've already thought about that. And we plan to continue Jackson Speaks well into our new administration, because we need to have this kind of dialogue and input and interchange between the folks who are trying to lead and the folks who are willing to be led and who are the backbone of a community. I think that we have an opportunity here to take Jackson in a new direction. I think that the people of the city are ready to do so, and they're looking for someone whom they think they can invest their confidence and their commitment into in terms of doing that. I would hope that you would think that it's me. I would appreciate you listening to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions anyone might have at this time about some of the issues. I will say that these issues basically are the same issues that the folks in South Jackson say are the issues that the folks along Beasley Road and North Jackson say are the issues, that the folks over in near Jackson State at Cornelia Coffee House said were the issues. I think we know what the issues are. The question is who can fix the issues, who can impact them, and who can take the city in a new direction. Any questions? Yes?
Senator, the next mayor is going to be picking some new school board members, and I'd like to